Based on a couple conversations that I had after class, I wanted to spend just a few minutes walking back through what I perceived to be the nugget and what I was trying to communicate tonight. I just want to make sure that it's crystal clear. With the point of this is to kind of take a 30,000 foot view of all the referral sources that we have coming into the site. Two of those primarily are one, and that's the search engine traffic that comes in organically and the search engine traffic that comes in paid. Then we have this social digital tool space where there's a lot of social media tools and obviously the email. And that's for most of my clients. Their primary focus is on their website and on their email marketing that drives people into their website. So search is sort of an afterthought. It's very critical, it's very important, but it's changing very dramatically. And so search engine optimization proper is becoming less of an important tool. A lot of our success is through paid advertising, but there's one primary purpose for us most of the time is to get an email address so that we can email the person. So as we talked about the landing page, this separates nicely the difference between the paid advertising, which is this L pattern in the red, and then the organic traffic down here in the blue. And the organic is that content that's optimized for search engines, and that paid is what we pay for per click. And so if flowers is the keyword, then FTD has paid a certain amount of money for each click. And so they don't actually pay until I click on this link here. But they get to this location basically through the quality of the landing page and the price that they pay for that. So depending on what the landing page is, the call to action, it brings me into a landing page that has the email address. This one has sort of a transaction and an email marketing campaign built into one. We'll give you a free trial if you give us your email address, so you have to provide some sort of value. We talked about this landing page and sort of what's important, what's critical about that, the call to action, what am I trying to gain from the client or the browser when they visit this page. And so obviously we went through some of the key elements there. We have to bring value to them. Weeks subscription to Netflix or whatever that looks like brings value. Other considerations there would be giving a white paper away or some information. So just generally this is a wireframe of things to consider. But the point is, once I get that information, I begin to get into this know cycle where I'm starting to build a relationship with the client to eventually to a point to where they like me enough to let me in a little bit more. And so a lot of times lead generation forms only ask for the email address and maybe the name, first name or last name. But a lot of times it's just the email address so that I can begin to get you to engage with me more and get to know me more, which I'm going to nurture. I'm going to build that relationship. Once you give me that information, I'm going to continue to fulfill the client, fulfill them with information, engage them in such a way that they are building trust the whole way through this cycle and eventually commit some transaction, close the deal or whatever, and become a loyal referral customer base. Thinking about this in terms of other funnels, a lot of funnels are build leads, turn them into prospects, turn the prospects into quotes, turn the quotes into closes. And so that's a typical sales funnel. This sort of changes that and turns it on its head a little bit about I'm trying to build lifelong relationships with people, and therefore this is how my funnel changes. It's really about a lot of fulfillment. The key point here to me is that in the social space, in all of the ways that I can interact directly with a client, to me, outside of the blog and Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook, the most important thing that I can do is get their email address and send them emails that are addressing their specific needs. And from this email, I drive them to the website. And from all of these sources of social media, I drive people to landing pages to try and get them into my email funnel and communicate with them. So all of that to say, I just wanted to make sure that that point was clear, that email, the relationship between the email and the website is so fundamentally important that all of these other things are built on top of that basis. So anyway, I hope that helps some, and I will talk to you soon.